Hey, I am Bill, and welcome to Bill's Random TV on YouTube. And you might be asking yourself, what in the hell am I looking at? And that is me, well, my character, sitting inside of a cartoon car at Mount Panorama in Australia. Well, actually, it was in Oregon, where my computer is. But, you got to play the part. I'm a sim racer, sort of. I have a special class. It's called mediocre. Uh, the major series is really cool. So I race in the silver sportsman. There's a class behind me for the sportsman bronze and the class above me, which is pro. I'm not pro. Like I said, I'm mediocre. And this is my first video for this channel. And you can take what I know about making a video and put it on a postage stamp and have a whole bunch of room left over. So we'll see how this goes. So this is strictly just kind of an intro. If you're not familiar with what you're seeing on the screen, if you look down in the middle, bottom middle, you'll see my name, my country, my car number, right? And then the line below that, speed, gear, position in the race, my last lap, controls, input. So you can see I'm on the brake right now. It'll show you if I'm clutching or if I'm on the gas. You probably won't see me clutching much. And then the chat box, which sometimes there's some good action happening in the chat box. So, you know, keep an eye on that. Up in the top right, you will see a little, very little track map. And the rest of it is all kind of sim stuff. So I'm going to start off with sharing an in-car a lap around Mount Panorama from the driver's perspective. So with that, let's go. So if you're not familiar with Australian supercars, they're sketchy little creatures that are like some sort of a bastardized mixture of a NASCAR car, a GT3, a GT4, and some redneck's idea of a good time. They don't have a differential, they have a spool, real diff. So they're a little difficult to get the power down. They like to spin. The track designer for Mount Panorama, they gave us a lot of room for racing, as you can see. I forgot to mention, the brakes on this car are absolutely horrible. They're either gently slowing you or they're locked up. It's great. one lap. That was a 2:11.8. But this is the second split of two, so we're the slower guys, and that was a fairly decent lap. Let the TV camera kind of follow us around so you can kind of see what it looks like from the outside. I don't know if I've got this thing all jacked up. Most of my race coverage is going to be close the camera tool. Hey, that works. Amazing. I mentioned this is my first video for this channel. I have another, well, it's really the same channel, but it has one video on it that I did in a GoPro. Different world. So if this race is they're calling it the Bathurst 500. It's 81 laps. I think it winds up being 500 kilometers. I'm not sure about that. That's all that volumetric stuff that only applies to working on dirt bikes. I'm going to bump us forward until we're about ready to start. All right, so here we go. Standing start. Notice the cars missing off of the grid? Those were the smart people. The ones that decided to not show up for the race. The ones that decided to start in the pits. You know, intelligent people. Yeah. So, you know when you have one of life's little embarrassing moments and, excuse me, you're kind of glad it didn't get caught on tape? Yeah, this isn't that. So here we go. As the race gets started here, I'll talk a little bit about the Major Series. It's a league on iRacing. It's highly respected. Some of the best racers on iRacing race in the sim. We have a couple of people that actually work for iRacing, part of the sim. They're all teams. Right, so they share knowledge and setups and help each other out. So I am on a team, but I just downloaded a paint I liked from trading paints. Didn't bother doing anything custom. And you will see almost all of the cars around me have got team names. Like the car in front of us is a UDOX team. Looks like it's Jason Wallet. And they've got a couple of their sponsors on the back. I think I have another one of Life's Proud Moments coming up here. So one of the rules for this race is if you're in this section or the downhill section on the other side, if you get turned sideways, you have to take a tow. You can't sit there and do a 17-point turn and block the track and cause more accidents. We'll call that foreshadowing. So at this point, I've realized that I am faster than these guys. That is also foreshadowing of problems to come. Took some pretty gnarly damage on the front end. That's all right. Keep your eye on the chat box in the bottom right. Just for a reminder on car number 36.
Lap 4, 950, big contact, turn 2 with 112. Copy that.
He actually didn't have contact with car number 112. One of the things I should disclose is that I also work as a race control admin for the major series. Well, actually another series now. I'm a member of a sim racing stewards now, so I'll be working another series. There goes the freight train. I have to wait for my time penalty. 3 laps in, I've gone from P8 to P14, and I now have 5 incident points. I apologize for the dog. Yep. And there it is. Notice the big bump in the hood. On the upside, I get to take a break. This is how a fella gets to be 2 laps down, and I'm only, what, 5 laps into the race? Oh, 4. 4 laps in. So we get 1 fast repair, which essentially gives you a whole brand new car. I'm going to, after the tow, decide not to take it. I'm going to speed this up because we don't need to sit here and watch this. And there it is. From race control. Warning to car 36 for not, I need to give more space to the car in front. Oh, dude, I started busting up when I saw that. They were really just giving me a hard time. Warning doesn't mean anything. All right, there's no, I've already paid the price. All right, so we're going to speed it up. So notice that I just, well, you can't see it. I need to fix that, but I just made it out before going through it. And that's the guy I hit before. And watch how he just drives away from me. So right now I'm technically 1 lap down. We'll call it a lap and 3/4. And once we come down off of the hill, you'll watch that car just drive away from me. And I realized that I was screwed. See what I mean? He's just driving away. If you look down at my speed, normally I would have shifted into 6 way before that. Oh, I'm down 10 miles an hour on top speed. So to put it in perspective, once I fixed the car, I wound up blowing by that guy, no problem. So right now I have first place is about 2 corners away from me. And that right there is where the decision was made. Time for a new car. And 20 cars started, and I am currently in P20.
I'm on the outside in the wall, watch yourself.
Technically 21. And I never did get to see what the damage really looked like. I've still got it on that. Yeah, you kind of get the idea. So there you go, P21. And now I am officially a lap and a half behind the leader. And I am coming out into a group of cars. And that's the guy I rear-ended earlier. I wound up racing him quite a bit. So now I am P20 in between P9 and 10. And I'm pissed. As you can tell by the way I'm overdriving the car. I had to keep reminding myself that this was supposed to be fun. But not so much right now. So one of the other things about the major series is you can do one-off races. A lot of their races are free. You just sign up to be on the majors. Costs you nothing. Some races are free, some are what they call 10 race credits, which a race credit is $1 in major series money. So you don't have to be on a team, anybody can do it. If you have an interest, you should check it out. There isn't a particular car or series. Every race is different. So it could be it's a series with multi-class racing, enduro, like Daytona 2.4 or NASCAR oval racing, Indy cars. They do an Indy 500 every year at either a Daytona, Talladega, or one of the other super speedways. Race every year. It's always a different track and a different car combo. There is no, I say, series to where you get used to really racing just one particular car style. I think the one thing everybody's been in agreement on is they don't do dirt. iRacing has that. So if you have an interest and want to check it out, I believe it is majorseries.com. Let's see if maybe I bring out my inner movie making mood and I'll pop it up on the screen here somewhere. Don't hold your breath. By the way, I'm up to 11 incident points already on lap 8, starting lap 9. After 24 incident points, I get a drive-through penalty. I know you can't see it because the track map's not up, but I've absolutely smoked P10. And this group in front of me is going to become a serious pain in my ass. And that's what, P9 through 6.
Double the mountain.
I would call that a free position if I wasn't a lap and a half down. This is where I wind up in a quandary in this race. I'm now P18, 19. And I'm racing with guys that are, you know, single digit in the race. Do I race them? Right? I have no business racing. A lap and a half down. That's kind of why I backed off there and let the guy ahead of me go. Because as much as I want to get around him, I got no business, if that makes sense. And what you just saw there is how the next hour kind of goes. Pushing, making a mistake, losing my ground, pushing some more, losing my ground. See, I've been pushing so hard, I've cooked my front tires. So here I'm letting these guys go. I've passed all these guys once already. But my tires are cooked. I gotta chill for a couple of laps. Yeah, see how the car just pushes. Normally I like a little bit of extra.
Left, Hans.
Normally I like to keep my brake bias a little bit more towards the front. Just to get some little extra bite on corner entry. Later on I got so frustrated I just dropped down and reached for the brake bias knob and just cranked it as far to the rear practically could, at least in one movement. Sorry, Hans, I gave you the chance. Yeah, this is where I started getting pissed off with the front brakes. It doesn't matter that I'm back in P20, I only lost a spot letting all those cars go. Because I'm pretty well screwed until I slow down and let these tires cool off. I'm going to skip ahead about 12 laps because what you're seeing is how it goes. Alright, we come back into the race. It's now lap 17, so we skipped ahead about 5 laps. And we're going some freshies.
Just a reminder, if you see anything about a lucky dog, please ignore it and just hold your position in the line.
So the one thing about the major series and their road courses is we're trying to implement supercars. Oh, safety cars. And
Wow, what was that?
Hey, sorry guys, I'm having a wheelbase issue right here.
10-4.
That's why it stopped. I don't know what's going on. I keep losing my force feedback.
Oh, dude, that sucks. Sorry.
Okay, car 402 and any cars around the 402, please just maintain where you are in the order. Even if iRacing is saying to change things around, just stay where you are.
so what I was saying about the
Yeah, I'm
safety,
being told like 659 by. Is that an error also?
Yeah, everyone just maintain your positions, and if anybody gets black flags, we'll clear them when we go green. We've had the same thing in the other regions, and once we went green, no one had black flags in those anyway, but we will clear them if we need to. So yeah, just maintain your position in the queue. The safety car is now between turns 1 and 2.
so for this particular series in real life, under a safety car condition, the pits are always open. So what they did is they told us that the safety car was coming one lap ahead of time and gave everyone a chance to pit before the safety car came out. And then there's one lap that we can't pit, and then the pits are open again after that. So in my case, I jumped into the pits. I was right there when they threw it, so I got in early. That wound up being a big help. But now I've got fresh tires, and I've kind of gotten into
Please
the
maintain a reasonable race pace until you catch the safety car queue. I know a lot of you are trying to fuel save, but yeah, please do just let's get this caught up.
Pace car, top of mountain.
So what's going to wind up happening under this safety car is I'm going to get caught back up to the lead cars, and now instead of being a lap and a half, 2 laps down, I'm now 1 lap down.
Race control.
Can we catch up? And I get it in the longest line. I'm damaged, holding everybody up.
The pits will open at the end of this lap. You may pit and get it fixed. Yeah, once iRacing opens the pit lane, it is open.
10-4.
Okay, I'm going to pause it again, and I'm going to skip to going green. All right, we're coming back into this. There's still 1 more lap left of the safety car, and I forgot I did this. I am literally right in the middle of the pack of cars that are all a lap ahead of me. So I dive into the pit, and I take a fresh set of tires, and I top off my fuel. Forgot I did this. This winds up being key later.
My thing says drop to the end because I was speeding in the pits, so shall I do that now?
Yes, please.
If you were speeding in the pit lane and it's a legitimate black flag, then yes, please, drop to the back.
All right. Everybody else, please pass me. I'll stay on the left. I am car 402.
So my goal with that was to
Okay.
have some fresher tires than
We will be
everybody
going
else.
green at the end of this lap. Obviously, if anybody does get a black flag that wasn't because of speeding in the pit lane or doing actually something wrong, let us know and we will clear it after we restart. on the next lap.
So now I am on marginally better tires than the cars. Well, the car directly ahead of me has better tires, same tires, but I've got a little more fuel and I've got a little better tire. Because it's after this stop where I start to flow. I'm going to speed this up because there's nothing more boring than a safety car. Alright, so here we go. We're going back to green. If I remember right, there was a bunch of chaos in this too, but I think I missed it all. Or at least I didn't cause it all, so I guess I've got that going. That's about when I stopped getting contact points. It seems to me like I finished with like 13x. I don't remember. I know I went a really long time without even scraping a wall. So here I'm not really planning on saving fuel, but I wind up saving fuel because I'm just cruising behind all these guys that are slow, so I'm really coasting a lot. That wasn't really a plan. That really just wound up being a byproduct of just wanting to stay with the group so I could get my lap back. The other thing about the safety cars is from the race control side of it, we decide pre-race that, hey, there's going to be 1 to 3 yellows within a given race, right, just as an example. And then we use a random number generator to decide for us how many we'll have. And then if it gets really bad with blockage up on the hill, they'll throw another. But this race winds up having 2 safety cars. And then the lap number that the safety car is thrown is also random. Chosen by a random number generator. They won't throw a safety car within like the last 15 laps of the race.
Nice save, Matt.
I thought for sure we were dead there. the guy directly ahead of me is a Sportsman Bronze driver. Really, really cool dude. I raced on their team. COVID years, 2020. He has a hard time finishing races. If you get what I mean. If I do another video like this one, I'll move my Race Labs overlays around so that you can see a little more. I've kind of got a lot of stuff off to the side you can't see. Just for clarification, that wasn't another incident point, that was a 0x. Just realized that the replay doesn't have my my spotter on it. That's funny because my AI spotter Jim was giving me a hard time. This is lap 23. I'm going to start skipping some laps here. So when we hit the finish line, I'm going to skip a lap, compress the race. Notice I am I'm now P17.
334 for causing a collision. As he gave the position back, there will be no penalty.
Understandable. Thank you.
I was gonna give him the position back anyway. That's not how I wanted to pass him.
I appreciate it. I just thought he'd check and make sure, that's all. Thanks for that.
have one of those times where you realize you've been talking for like 2 minutes and your mic was muted. Did I mention this is my first video? Alright, cool. Anyway, this gentleman here, Andy Manfield, is run racing for the Legends. He's currently got the points into Legends class, which is drivers over 50. And he started in the pits. Started dead last and just through attrition and steady driving. He wasn't super fast at all. So cool. Beats me. So they're going to be calling a yellow here, a lap or two. Not to be a spoiler alert, this guy wound up winning the race. This guy led for a long time, and I don't know what happened to him. Somewhere along the way he got shuffled. I don't know if it was fuel saving or if it was a pit stop. Hey, I know how that guy feels. Body points. Joshua's front end is flopping around. There it's about to happen. We're going to watch these two guys. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's not this lap. No, he gets running. Let's skip forward. I know we get to a yellow here in a minute. Yeah, okay. So this was the key point to me. Now I'm flowing. Notice I'm in P14, so that's, I believe that has me the first car one lap down. And I might have missed it. But either way, when this yellow came out, I did not.
This car is currently at approaching Skyline.
I did not take advantage of the 2 minutes prior to the safety car. So I'm actually back on the lead lap. Because everybody that was leading was right in front of me, so they all pits, and I went around them. Then I did my pit.
Just information to everybody, iRacing will open the pits at the end of this lap and you are able to use it. Use the pits when they do, and then we will attempt to go green at the end of the next lap. We'll just see how everything stacks up. But that's the plan, to try and shorten the bye lap for you.
Right, so by the time I get to the pit entry, the safety car will have already gone past and the pits will be open. So I've got an extra lap of fuel and an extra lap of tire on the rest of the field.
This car is currently in the chase.
Right, see all those guys have already pitted. So I got my lap back.
Car 44, lap 47.
Just got a black flag for passing under yellow in the pit lane somehow.
Yeah, I saw that, no problem. We can clear that afterwards.
58 at the same thing. Black flag for passing under yellow.
Yep, no problem. It's an oddity of the pit entry here, so that's fine. We'll clear those once we go green, no problem. Actually, we'll probably clear them now. Thank you. I've just cleared that for you, Lynn. Is it not gone away?
Yeah, I still serve mine, but it's all good.
So right now the rest of the field is with the safety car going up
Okay,
the hill.
we won't shorten this yellow. We'll give everyone a chance to get all the stuff sorted. So yeah, there'll be one more lap under caution here.
So this is giving me the opportunity to warm my tires up slowly, which is an iRacing thing. Some cars, depending on how they did their tires, if you cook your tire early, they get ruined, but if you warm them up slow, they stay good for the full stint. So I'm about to catch the field here. Skip it forward. Lap 49, back to green. Peeling.
Okay, hold on. Got that. Yep. So the car in front of me is Don Dolson. Good dude, not throwing shade. He knows I'm faster, and he knows I'm in the draft. Now, is he blocking, or was he just breaking the draft for a second? He does that for a couple of laps. Then he brake checked me a bunch of times going into that. I don't know if it's just because he's slower or what his deal was. But he kind of, I don't know, I guess really all he was doing was driving a wide car, but it irritated me a little bit. Stay with Dawn for one more lap because I don't see right there. See how hard he's braking into this corner.
I mean, hindsight, they're helping me save fuel by going this slow because there's
Thanks,
some.
buddy. Really appreciate that.
Oh, dude, I gotta. All right, we're backing up. Because something really funny just happened. Okay. So we're on with Jonathan. We got Lynn on the outside. I'm going to back it up a little farther. Right? That's me in the black car, Dawn in the green car. I'm going to back it up a little more. All right. Watch this.
Thanks, buddy. Really appreciate that.
I saw all of that in my
Contact
rear view mirror.
44, lap 50.
And
Car 40. Copy that. Check it out.
Chatty.
right as I saw it happen, I did a little fist pump. I was like, yes, no more pressure from behind. Notice I let off early there. I'm already fuel saving. That, and I was getting tired of getting brake checked in that corner. All right, we're gonna move away from Dawn. Then I think this is McEnany. I don't remember. Yeah, Greg. He will be my. Well, I will be his teammate next year. I'm already on the Fusion team. I just can't race under the. I can't be a member of the team now that I'm already on a team for this year. So 2026 season on Fusion. I'm already racing for him in the MEC, which is the Majors Endurance Championship. Those are all 12 and 24-hour races. Team events. But notice we're now P9. We are lap 53 of 81. So I'm still kind of pushing a little bit, right? But notice the lap times. I'm still not burning what I would normally be burning. Turns out that I passed a lot of people in this corner. We're worst corner on the whole track to pass on. Yeah, so that was the story of my race right there. Pass 3, make a mistake, get passed by 2. Wow, the difference in lines there. Yeah, this is the time I was thinking of. Now, is that just breaking the draft, or is that blocking? The majors, if you're getting past, you get 1 defensive move. See, and that was a total brake check. He does it again, coming up into this last corner. It was about this point I was really in a groove. Just a reminder, 15X, all of these wall bumps are all 0 incident points. These cars are for position, so I'm currently P10. don't even remember how I got by this guy. I know I was pretty tired of being behind him. That's how I got by him. I'm gonna skip forward a couple laps, I think. I think I stayed behind McEnany for a while. No. Well, let's see how I got past Greg. Because I don't remember. So that's 11th through 8th all right there in this chain. Hey, where's that black car going? Dude, track's over here. I don't even remember doing that. But then again, there it is. Wow, I don't even remember dropping back to 11th. Well, let's get caught up. Okay, so to catch you up on what's going on here, we're not under a yellow. This is a regular pit stop. I'm within the pit window that if I top off and I watch my fuel, I can make it to the end of the race. And I was tired of being in that gaggle of cars going nowhere. So I'm taking a full tank of fuel, fresh tires. I've got a window of time here to get out before 12th place catches me. And I got repairs done. Look at that nice, big, beautiful open track. There's a thing in racing that some of the best passes are ones you don't have to make by actually passing the car on the track. Affectionately known as the freebie. All those guys I was just racing against wind up wrecking. Not to be a spoiler.
Sorry, Don.
I think that one put Dawn out of the race. You'll see in the chat box some people disconnect. So at this stage of the race, everybody has to pit, as far as I know. But they've been saving fuel, so I've already been fuel saving and I'm topped off. They'll have to stop for a splash. And I'm currently about, looking at the track map, half a lap, a little more than half a lap behind first. So I've got plenty of room. I'm definitely in a groove. Just focusing on my laps. Hitting the straightaways and doing math calculations to make sure I'm good on laps. And I was, the funny thing about that is you wind up doing some pretty oddball math in your head. But in this case, no matter how I did it, I was 2 laps to the good. So as you can see by my lap time, I just did a 2:11.7, which I think that might have been the second fastest lap of the race overall. I'm just hammering down 2 laps to the good. I'm not gonna pussyfoot around with saving fuel anymore. Remember who it is that's behind me. Timothy Fuss. I was way faster than him all race, so I just remember not having to worry about him. be interesting when I talk with my friends at Race Control about their thoughts on all this. I warned them that I sucked at this track and this car, so. But I know just from being at Race Control and how it is, we watch our buddies. So. I didn't have any of that in my mind at this point. I was just focused. Nice apex. Yeah, for whoever's watching the video, if you've never driven this combo, iRacing or whatever sim you're driving, it's got it. Take a shot at it. It sucks. You'll rage quit after 5 laps, I'll guarantee you. Start skipping forward here, so we're on lap 62 of 81. Still being the champion and being mediocre. Okay, that's lap 63, 20 to less than 20 to go. Lap 65, still pulling away from P11. Slowly catching P9. So now we're getting to the spot where everybody's starting to pit. Granted, they don't have to take much fuel. That's what takes the most time. Tires are quick.
Heading in.
Thank you, Mr. Pollock.
skipping another couple laps. Due to the pit cycles. I'm now P8. We just missed a glimpse of a car going over the hill in front of us. And I'm laying, it's time for the chase. One more lap, one more position. Now P7, and I can see P6 ahead of me. Lap 68. Lap 69. Now we can see P6 even more. Get to see him a little longer. Chasing him down. So they all took just enough fuel to make it to the finish, so they're all having to save fuel on 2 laps to get. Somewhat wrecked out because now I'm P6 and that's P5 is the same car. I think it was about here that I started talking to him and I could see him and be like, come here little buddy, come on, come a little closer, come on in, Uncle Bill's not gonna hurt you, too bad. Still P6, reeling in P5, lap 73, lap 74, we'll see how much closer we are after this corner. This video's already way too long, bringing him in a little closer. See that? Just darted around the corner. He's not going to make it on, well, he is going to make it on fuel, but he knows he doesn't have enough. He's really saving fuel. A little closer. Lap 76. '77, a little closer. Actually, that's a lap car. That's a lap car coming out of the pit. This is lap 77. '79. And this is the car in front of me is P13. It's not. I think he lets me go. Maybe he wrecked, I don't know. Where's his one? Ah, that's right. I was really grooving at this point. I was locked in. Yeah, the shitty part about having a brain is it likes to be doing stuff. So every time I hit this straight, I'm doing math. Do I have enough fuel? Right, I've got a fuel calculator. I'm checking the fuel calculator. I'm looking at what I got. I'm kind of double checking the calculator. And you can see my lap times. I'm not killing it. I'm still saving a little bit. But I'm being faster than everybody around me. And I'm still catching P5. It's lap 80. I never, spoiler alert, I never catch P5. Thank God, only one more lap. that, my friends, is how you go from last to sixth the hard way. And that concludes the Major Series Bathurst 500. I've never been a fan of Bathurst, and I've never really driven this car. If it wasn't for the last 20 laps or something like that, I would still absolutely hate this car. But the last 20 laps was pretty freaking fun. Will I be joining a race in this car anytime soon? No. Will I be racing at Bathurst anytime soon? No. But for one race, pretty damn fun. Highly recommend you look up Major Series at majorseries.com. Major Series on Discord. It's a good time, good people. As you saw, pretty good racing. All right, well, if you made it this far and we're almost 2 hours in, my hat's off to you, man. Probably a boring AF video listening to me drone along, but thanks for watching. I'm not in this for money, I'm just having fun, so I don't care if you leave a like or a subscribe or any of that. Matters not. All right, thanks a lot. Take care.